Just let me to this place.
We've come so far.
Not far enough. Say it.
You are ready.
Tell them. I am here. Now.
In my 2 back-to-back playthroughs of Senua's Saga Hellblade II, I found myself consistently and reliably in awe of the world crafted by Ninja Theory. In the game's roughly 10-hour campaign, the range of emotions, the suffering, and the beauty are all captured in a way that feels state-of-the-art and worthy of an industry benchmark. Visually speaking, Senua's Saga ranks among the best this generation has to offer, with a display of near-perfect facial capture showcasing the deep range of emotions that we see Senua subjected to in her journey. The pain, trauma, and suffering she witnesses is easy to emphasize with, as her face contorts and winces with each situation. The emotion showcased by Melina Juergens is beyond that of any other I have seen in gaming. This triumph is not one to be noted lightly, as it's accomplished not solely due to graphical fidelity or acting. In fact, it is the sound design and video editing that takes Senua's Saga beyond that of its peers.
Really happening.
It can't hurt you anymore.
You've already seen this.
He's not suffering anymore. Her father.
Simba.
Did you think you could escape your past, Senua?
Senua suffers psychosis, a condition that impacts one's ability to determine what experiences are real and what is simply in their mind. Ninja Theory completed extensive research on psychosis and brings that experience to life with near immaculate audio design. Without a doubt, headphones are a must to experience all that Hellblade II has to offer. Ninja Theory has put a painstaking amount of work into the use of 3D binaural sound that brings each experience to life in a way that no other game in my experience has. The world and Senua's place in it can be heard constantly. Each step, wind gust, water ripple, and breath can be heard in moments of calm, while other intense sounds of combat are accompanied by the monsters of this world. Most notably though, and easily impactful, are the voices of Senua's Psychosis, narrating every step from any number of perspectives. Voices of fear, encouragement, and humiliating self-doubt join each moment of Senua's journey. It's powerful, it's painful, and it's likely to be difficult for those who suffer similar mental struggles.
Share the weight. But who is changed and who is not? Do they look at her and doubt? They follow still. No blame, no striking out in hate.
Couple these sounds with the score that is wonderfully implemented and adds a thrill to each encounter, be it bloody or beautiful, and you'll have a level of immersion that sets a standard for the industry at large. More action-inclined gamers may bounce off before experiencing the best that Hellblade II has to offer. Senua's journey is slow, powerful, and deeply personal. However, that means that those looking for breakneck combat encounters, one after the other, will be found wanting, as the combat itself is used sparingly and with intention. That's a shame though, because the action and combat sections on offer are astounding. They are heavy, weighted affairs, with each blow deflected and landed being done so with gut-wrenching weight that you'll be hard-pressed not to be impacted by in its intensity. The impact of each strike reverberates with the sound of metal on metal, metal on flesh, or perhaps most violently, metal on bone. Screams, blood, and violence surround each encounter, and yet, somehow in this symphony of stimulus, Senua's Saga shines as a brilliant example of balance between death and rebirth. The potential for larger worlds is here though, but expertly avoids being diluted by industry tropes. It is as though Hellblade II refuses to become a AAA action-adventure title a la God of War, and similarly, it resists the urge to become an intensely dense world like that of The Witcher, despite an appearance suggesting that it easily could. Instead, it chooses to become something all its own. There is no other game exactly like Senua's Saga, a feat in and of itself impressive as it demonstrates an evolution from the first Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Pain follows Senua everywhere she goes. The ghost of her father, the loss of her love, the death of nearly all those around her. But it is a journey of emotional discovery that Senua is on, in which she learns to deal with the deeply intense emotional trauma that she has sustained. Our story begins with Senua seeking to halt the invaders from taking her people as slaves, and quickly becomes something far more complex. Senua's path is also one of beauty and one of emotional strength. There is love on Senua's journey, but none that might be considered romantic, another feather in the cap of Ninja Theory as they avoid tropes that might make the story cliché. The love that is on display is that which blooms from a joint conflict as Senua looks to free her companions from a darkness that has enshrouded their land. Senua's bond with each of these companions is unique and perhaps represents a different part of herself. Or perhaps not. Their role in the narrative is steady, but how you choose to interpret their presence will be wholly your own. They are wonderfully acted, complete characters with their own struggles and reason for wanting to slay the monsters of this world. These monsters and giants roam this new land and plague the companions that Senua finds herself alongside in the dark. They are terrifying creatures, and they comfortably raise the stakes in Senua's conflict. These monsters are seen sparingly though, and are not at all overused. When on display, these haunting giants demonstrate a ferocity, forcing Senua to the depths of her person as she seeks to find the strength and the strategy to defeat them.
Something is coming.
The enemies battled in each combat section are indeed brutal, but their place in reality is always in question, thanks to Senua's status as an unreliable narrator, due in large part to her psychosis and the trauma of her father. What cannot be put into doubt is the horror that is felt with encountering each enemy. Some stalk you through darkened, claustrophobic settings, while others stand upright and beckon you towards them, knowing full well that a bloody battle will ensue. Again, I stress that combat is not the primary focus of the game, despite its excellent mechanics. Nor is there an overuse of puzzle solving, though there is more puzzle solving than there is combat. The majority of your time, though, will be spent walking, nay, discovering this world. Joining Senua in her journey requires a fair amount of time moving forward in reflection as you listen to her inner demons debate the next course of action and how to conquer the next challenge, be it with a sword or manipulating reality to remove an obstacle from your path. I found the puzzles to be just the right amount of difficulty to bring forth a feeling of accomplishment while not impeding the progress of the story. The ending of this roughly 8 to 10 hour initial campaign somehow feels smaller than the epic buildup might suggest. It will undoubtedly leave some who complete the campaign wondering just what conflict they truly resolved, and what lies ahead for Senua herself, and the franchise for that matter. Again, it should be stressed that Ninja Theory showed an immense level of restraint in their narrative. No greater universe is left demanding attention, and no sequel is teased. This is a complete story that happens to build on that of another. The 6 chapters, each with modest amounts of collectibles, tell a complete narrative that allows Senua's saga to exist unto itself, freeing itself from the greater burdens of a larger universe. That's not to say there's no reason to go back. Ninja Theory wisely offered 1 or 2 treats for those who choose to replay the tale. I do recommend a second playthrough for several reasons. While there are indeed only minor gameplay changes, they add greater context to Senua's journey and shed light onto the thoughts of her companions as they join her in her travels. This context allows the narrative to breathe more than Senua's singularly loud perspective offers, as her psychosis keeps her point of view squarely on her person. Moreover, a second playthrough will afford you more patience in exploring the world, as you'll know what to look for and what secrets may be hinted at, particularly in the land of the hidden folk, whom I'll leave for you to discover on your own. Much of what you'll find in Hellblade II is determined by that which you take with you into the experience. If you're informed by Senua's previous journey in 2017 Senua's Sacrifice, then this story is a fantastic sophomore experience. If this is your first step into a larger world of Norse and Celtic mythology showcased by Ninja Theory, then I would imagine you'll be privy to an unexpected world of art incarnate. Never before have I experienced a game like Senua's Saga, and I suspect that it will be some time before I am welcomed on a journey as amazing as this again. I strongly recommend Senua's Saga Hellblade II. Please consider supporting XEP by dropping a like and subscribing. Take care.